When people hear that I'm a Blue Zone native, they always ask the same thing. What do you eat? What do you do? But what they should really be asking is, what do I avoid? Because it's not just what we did that helped people live into past their 90s. It's also what we didn't do. I'm Dr. Joanette. I'm an ER doctor for over 30 years now, and also a Blue Zone native and the founder of Optimum Health MD, where we help people move from normal to optimal so that they can live longer, stronger, and sharper lives. Today, I'm stepping outside of the lab results and into the rhythm of real life. Let's talk about the habits we left behind in Blue Zones and how they might be the most important longevity secret of all. Let me tell you what's not in a typical Blue Zone kitchen. There are no protein bars or energy drinks, no 5-ingredient lattes, no snacks between every meal. What you don't see is an environment full of ultra-processed carbs, refined oils, and hidden sugars. I remember coming home after school. I was so hungry. Mom had made some homemade lentil soup and it was simmering on the stove. It filled the kitchen with the smells of her garden fresh produce, the tomatoes, the carrots, the onions, and the herbs. I remember begging her for just a taste. And sometimes she would give me a small bowl of it to hold me over, she said, until dinner. Was so good. Dinner was served with homemade whole grain bread and sometimes a garden salad. I didn't even know what soda or sugary fruit drinks were because they didn't exist in our Blue Zone home. And guess what? No one counted macros. No one used MyFitnessPal. And yet, diabetes, heart disease, and obesity were nearly non-existent. Now let's compare that to what I see in the ER today. We see teenagers with fatty liver disease and 30-year-olds with insulin resistance. And it's not because they are eating more, it's because they are eating differently. Research backs this up as well. There's a 2022 study in cell metabolism, and it showed that people who consumed more ultra-processed food had significantly higher markers of inflammation and glycation. Both of these are predictors of faster aging. And a massive review from the British Medical Journal linked processed food consumption with earlier death across multiple populations. So what else don't Blue Zone residents do? Blue Zone residents don't work out. You aren't going to see a 70-year-old walking on a treadmill or counting reps in a gym. But what you do see is movement, and it's woven into our daily life, into gardening, walking, squatting, maybe carrying buckets of apples uphill from the orchard or pails of milk in from the barn. Here's the key. They don't sit all day, and they don't outsource every chore. They don't stop moving just because they hit a certain age. I remember my mom. She was 98. She was still living independently. She was tending her garden, cooking her food, and even mowing her own lawn. Compare that to my patients now. People in their 40s and 50s, they have severe joint pain, metabolic dysfunction, and low muscle mass. Not because of aging, but because they have stopped moving. So even light, regular activity like walking after meals has been shown to lower post-meal glucose and improve your hemoglobin A1C. If this already has you rethinking what healthy looks like, then hit that like button and tell me in the comments, what is one modern habit that you think might be doing you more harm than good in your daily routine? Sometimes the things that we normalize are the very things that may be holding us back. The biggest thing we don't give up in the Blue Zones was rhythm, rest, and relationships. We don't sacrifice sleep for productivity. We don't answer emails at midnight. We don't eat alone in the car between appointments. Dinner was slow and included the whole family. In our house, no exceptions. Sleep was sacred and people had purpose even into their 90s. Now let's contrast this to today's reality. Sleep is broken by screens and stress. Meals are rushed and disconnected, and loneliness has become a public health epidemic. There was a study from the Public Library of Science Medicine, and it found that social isolation increased mortality risk as much as smoking or obesity. Another one from JAMA in 2023 linked poor sleep quality with higher all-cause mortality, even after adjusting for health status. What we had in the Blue Zone wasn't magic. It was intact circadian rhythm. It was living in alignment with our biology. So what does does this mean for you? You don't need to move to a blue zone to age well, but you do need to start unlearning some modern defaults. And here's how. Stop snacking all day. Let your body rest between meals. Your blood sugar is going to say thank you. Walk. Don't work out. Structured workouts are great, don't get me wrong, but it's that regular, natural movement that occurs throughout the whole day. That's what matters the most long term. Sleep like it matters, because it really does. Cut those late night screens and keep your bedtime consistent. Treat your sleep like it's a medicine. Take it every day at the same time, even on the weekends. Prioritize your real connections and schedule meals with people that you love. Call someone instead of scrolling. Let go of convenience when it's costing you your health. Sometimes the fastest option isn't necessarily the best one. Blue Zone longevity wasn't built in a lab. It was built in a kitchen, in our gardens, in some slow meals, quiet mornings, and in our meaningful connections. It doesn't require perfection, only simplicity and consistency. At Optimum Health, we help you apply these timeless principles to your modern life without overwhelm or extremes. I'm Dr. Joanette, and this is your reminder that what you don't do may matter just as much as what you do. So subscribe for more grounded health insights. And if this gives you a shift in your perspective, please share it with someone who is ready to unlearn and ready to reconnect and age with intention. Because longevity isn't complicated. It's just uncommon. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time on the Dr. Joanette channel.